Hi and welcome, and when you join, just say hi, let me know that you're here, let me know if you have any questions along the way. Today is all about leads. I'm going to be talking all about how to get more leads into your business. Okay, so I'm going to be focusing on how to do this organically online. So I'm not talking about paid advertising, paid marketing. For today, I'm just going to be focusing on how to get more leads online organically. Okay, so some strategies are that you can use in order to do that. So how to get more leads. I think this is probably something that every business owner wants to know how to do more of. No matter how well they're doing, it's always about getting more leads, getting more conversions from those leads, and making more money and growing the business, right? So you're always going to want new methods and new ways to get more and more leads into your business. Now, the way that you can do that, the best way that you can do that is by setting up a lead generation system into your business. Okay, so if you have a business right now where you don't know, how you're going to be getting any leads or sales in the next week or 2 weeks or month even, if you kind of go day by day, posting in random Facebook groups without any type of strategy, and you're not really seeing any results from that, then this is something that you're really going to want to look into and prioritize in your business. Okay, so a lead generation strategy is essential in order to be able to attract leads, yes, in an effective way, but also to make sure that you are able to attract leads consistently into your business, because we know that not every single lead is going to turn into a sale or into a client or a customer. So in order to get the sales, you need a steady stream of leads coming into your business. They say in marketing that your conversion rate initially for converting leads to clients, generally speaking, online is about maybe 5 to 10%. So that means if you have 100 leads or 100 people that get to know you and find out about you and your business online, then only about 5 to 10 of them are actually going to take that next step and purchase from you. Okay, so that's pretty, I don't want you to look at that and be discouraged, but that's the reality. Like, people are, especially online, everything moves so quickly. People are being bombarded by ads and all kinds of different, businesses who are trying to pitch their goods and services to them. So you are not going to get a sale from every single lead that comes your way. Now, that being said, there are other ways that you can, of course, convert those leads further along the line too. So it's not only 5 to 10% and that's all you can hope to get. There's also conversion that can happen down the road, which you would have a better chance of converting people once they've gotten to know you and know your business, and you've had a chance to nurture them and show them your value. Okay, so in order to do all of that, you need to get the leads coming into your business in the first place. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today, setting up a lead generation system. So first of all, I'm curious to know how many of you have a lead generation system already into your business. So by lead generation system, I don't even necessarily mean like anything tech related specifically. I just mean you have a process to go online and attract leads to your business, excuse me, consistently. So you wake up every morning, you know exactly what you need to do, you have a way that you can attract leads to your business, and if you focus on that for an hour every morning, you're able to attract X number of leads into your business every single day, like clockwork. So if you have some kind of lead generation system like that in your business already, then let me know. Excuse me. So do you have a lead generation system? Yes or no in the comments. I'm just curious to know kind of where everyone is at right now. Okay. So, all right. So the first step that I'm going to talk about different ways that you can attract leads into your business. There's sort of more techie ways, and there are less techie ways, just straight up strategy, okay? And I'll talk about both. Okay, excuse me. So first of all, whether you do it the techie way or just the, non-techie way, you are going to need something to attract leads into your business with. Okay, so what we are going to be focusing on today and talking about today is called attraction marketing. If you've been in my Driven Women Entrepreneurs group for a while, you might have, well, not might have, you would have heard me talk about it or post about it definitely in the past. So attraction marketing is the most effective type of marketing that you can do. Why? Because you are attracting people purposefully to you and to your business, okay? So a lot of people online, a lot of newbie business owners, a lot of people who don't know about attraction marketing and who don't know how to attract leads into their business effectively will post online just like, this is my business, this is what I sell, buy it, buy it, buy it, okay? That's not really marketing. I mean, it's putting your business out there. So yeah, sure, it is. However, sorry, I was getting a call. However, that's not the best way to, or an effective way to market your business. Unless you have an offer, like a product or a service that is in super high demand and you know already it's in high demand, which in that case you probably wouldn't be having issues getting leads into your business. But anyway, then if you post, just post your product, then people will maybe reach out to you to buy. But other than that, which is probably not most of us here, then you will need to find innovative ways to attract people to you. Okay, so the best way to do that is to offer people something. Okay, so instead of like, this is my business, this is my product that I'm selling, so buy it here at this link, you might say something like, I have an ebook of 100 easy, weeknight recipes that for busy moms that are healthy and, kid tested and approved, something like that. I'm just saying, like, if you're a chef and you're trying to sell food related items or any kind of business that's like food related or whatever. So that might be something that you, hi Katie, thanks for popping in, thank you. So that might be something that you would create as a freebie to attract people. So if your audience is busy moms, then that would be something that would, pique their attention, and they'd say, oh my gosh, 100 recipes, like, that's awesome, because I'm struggling every night. Every mom knows this. There's a struggle every night with trying to figure out what to make for dinner that the kids aren't gonna just like push around on their plate, right? So if you're offering that as a freebie to your prospects, your ideal client avatar, then of course they're going to be interested in that from you, right? So the non-techie way to attract people to you using that sort of freebie or a freebie like that is just to put it out there like that and say, I have a list of blah, 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 or I have something that would be useful for them and that would be, of course, a no-brainer. That's something that they would want to have, right? And ideally something that wouldn't take you very long to put together either, okay? And more specifically, something that is also related to what it is that you are selling or, your business in some way, okay? So what we're going to try and do is create a logical flow for them to become a lead and go from a lead to a client or a customer. Okay, so the best way to do that is to offer the freebie that's related to what your product or services that you're selling, so that the next logical step is for them to buy whatever it is that you're selling. Okay. That would be an enhancement or something even better than the freebie, better but related. All right. So that is a way to do it, the non-techie way to do it, basically. So creating a freebie in order to attract leads to you, qualified leads that are people who are your actual, ideal prospects. And then, like I mentioned, you will also create a low ticket offer. So I know there's some controversy online with regards to low ticket, offering low ticket versus offering high ticket. There's some people in the camp of, you should only create high ticket offers in your business because one sale is, enough to make you hit your monthly goal and all of that. But personally, I will sell whatever will sell, right? Like, I don't see why you would not offer something that is at a lower price point that would be enticing and achievable for more people to buy from you, and just focus on a high ticket offer that most people probably won't be in a position to buy from you. Okay, so I think it's great to have obviously a high ticket offer. If you can do that, and that would be sort of the next step in your process, right? But for the purpose of this conversation, we're talking about like zero here. So we are just starting to create a lead generation system for your business. So we're going to talk about going from the freebie to the low ticket offer, okay? And high ticket offers will be another time probably. So you create a low ticket offer, that is related to your freebie. So once you have people, putting up their hands for your freebie, then those are people who have identified themselves as a good fit for what it is that you're selling, right? Or what it is that you're offering. So if you make sure that your freebie and your low ticket offer are related, and your low ticket offer is a direct upsell, or, a direct logical next step for that person from your freebie, then they're going to be that much more likely to buy it, right? So if you do that part well, then there should be a lot less friction for them to go ahead and make that purchase from you. So a low ticket offer could be a digital product also. It could be a low ticket. So if you offer a service like social media management, it could be, I don't know, 6 months worth of graphics or a year's worth of graphics for whatever, $49 or something like that. So low ticket, I would say anything $49 and below. So that you're really eliminating or minimizing the friction for the lead to go from lead to customer, okay? It's really to, make a little bit of money, but also to identify the buyers in your leads in your audience, okay? So, so in the example that I gave earlier, a list of easy recipes, you might offer for, I don't know, $27. Let's say you might say you'll offer, I don't know, maybe another 100 recipes and a grocery list for everything, or you might offer gluten-free, recipe options or keto options, something related to, your freebie offer, like I said. So you would need to brainstorm and think of like what would make sense for your business and for what it is that you want to sell. But something like that, like in a price point of between like $5 and $49, something quick and easy that you can create and just offer, or a product that's not going to be too expensive for you to send to them. Okay, so think of something like that you can offer as your low ticket to take them from a lead to a customer initially. Now, When you are creating your freebie, and I'll talk about this a little bit more later on, but it's important also to, um, hi Ariana, thanks for joining. Sorry, I didn't see your comment right away. So it's important for you to also keep track of those leads. Okay, and I'll talk about why that's important a bit more later on, but make sure that however it is that you are getting those leads, you have a way to keep track of them, somewhere to store them, and so that you can continually nurture them, and sell your products and services to them over time as well. Okay, because not everyone, like I said, is going to buy immediately when you first, offer your product or your service, even your low ticket one. But the key here is to create a system that will continuously work for you. So you're continuously nurturing those leads, you're continuously growing your lead pool, and then over time, you're making the sales, right? On a consistent basis. So that is the ultimate goal here. Okay. So, so create a low ticket or entry offer. Now, the next step, which is also an important step, is to create content that is geared towards your ideal client avatar or your ideal prospect. Okay. So what do I mean by content geared to them? So it needs to be content that you know they will appreciate and they will benefit from, and that will pique their interest. Okay, so even like regardless of whether you're selling a product or a service, you need to create content that is more than just buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Because people online will just tune you out, especially if you're posting to the same small group of, 50 people, or you're posting always the same in the same groups. You are just going to get lost in a sea of other people posting buy my stuff, buy my stuff. So it's really in your best interest to try and stand out from other people who are just posting buy, buy, buy. And by creating content that is for your ideal prospect and that will pique their attention and interest them and get them to raise their hand for your freebie. So ideally it would be to raise their hand for your freebie, but you can add value to that as well, right? So you don't only have to say like who wants a list of 100 whatever. So you can say like you can share your story as a frustrated, busy mom who struggles with, preparing meals for your kids that they would actually eat, who struggles with time in the evenings to even cook a good meal for your kids, etc. You share your story, people can relate with you, and then you say, if, that's why I created X. So my list of 100 recipes, whatever. So if you, which, changed the game for me. Like now meal times are a breeze. My kids eat everything I put in front of them. Haha. Yeah, right. But, whatever it is. So that's going to pique people's interest, right? That's going to get the interest of the moms paying it that are consuming your content. And they're going to say, really? I need to try this. Yeah, I want your list. Please send me your list, So something like that. It can be sharing your story, sharing what led you to create your freebie, sharing what drives you, sharing value to your prospects in some way, like teaching them something, just a little bit of something. It doesn't have to be, the bulk of what it is that you teach if you're an educator or coach or anything like that. Just some tips, like I like to do top 5, top 10, top 3 things to do to achieve X. Because that's something tangible that people can actually put to use. And it's just like 3 or 5 or 10 quick things, right? And people like to consume things in a quick manner, especially online, like I said, where everyone's busy and everyone's being bombarded with tons of stuff. So if you have a headline in your posts and five quick tips to achieve X, if you know X is what your ideal prospect wants or needs, then they're going to pay attention, right? And then so within that content, you can offer them your freebie. And then, like I said, take them from, a lead from the freebie to a sale. at some point. Some people might take more nurturing than others, but which is fine. But that's why it's important to create the system so that you can, like I mentioned earlier, get those leads into one area, nurture them, and make the sales, consistently over time. All right, so that was step 3, creating content geared to make your ideal prospects raise their hand and to nurture them. And then step 4, so create a list of the places online where you can post this content, okay? So I think it's important to note that you can't just post in the same like 2 or 3 Facebook groups continuously and expect to get good results that way. So I think it's a good idea to create a list of different places where you can post your content, where your ideal client avatar hangs out and spends their time. That's an important one, okay? And also look for groups that are, for me, I look for groups that are maybe 5,000 or so or more, or at least a couple of thousand, depending on how targeted that group is. So if it's a very targeted group and everyone in there is your ideal prospect, then a couple thousand is also fine. If it's a mishmash and it's kind of a more broad general group, then, try and look for groups that are maybe 5,000 or 10,000 members in size and up. And honestly, I don't usually participate in groups that are bigger than like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 or so, or maybe 500,000. Just because there's like groups like that, I don't know. You have to assess the group also once you get into them to see if there's any actual activity, if there's any actual worthwhile posts in the group. Sometimes some of those mega groups are just like, I call them black holes, because they're just places where people go and pump and dump their content, which is usually just buy my stuff, and nobody interacts with each other, nobody talks to each other, nobody's liking anything or commenting on anything. No one's going to pay attention to your posts in there, so don't even bother, okay? So try and find a number of places online where you can post your nurturing, valuable content and offer your freebies, okay? So I suggest creating your own Facebook group as well, just because it's easier to have, it's an easier place to have people, your leads go. So if they're all in one place, you can just continuously nurture them within your own Facebook group. Plus, it's your group, you make the rules, like there's going to be less competition in there, less friction in there for people to purchase from you. So I personally like that as a way to keep track of leads and to attract people into the group, okay? So if you are offering valuable content or freebies inside your group, that's another way to do it too, is offer the freebie for people who join your group. So they get a freebie and they get to join your group, which is full of valuable information, XYZ, whatever it is that you are offering them in your group too, okay? So that's a great way to do it. So that applies to TikTok, it applies to Instagram, like it doesn't have to only be a Facebook group, but you want to ideally be able to collect your leads somewhere where they can follow you basically and continuously see your content. So even if you don't start a Facebook group, even if that's just coming from your own personal Facebook profile and you post on your profile, get people to follow you on your profile, right? Some people only use their profile for business, which is fine. If all you're doing is posting, content and whatever to get leads, then that's not a problem. So so try and find a place online to have your own place to attract your leads to, and so that you can nurture them continuously. And also, you know, find other like Facebook groups or wherever that you can also attract people, attract leads into your Facebook group, to follow you on your profile, to follow you on Instagram, whatever, okay? Yes, and then it's kind of trial and error. So if you make a list of, let's say, 20 Facebook groups that you can go into, they all have your ideal client avatar in them. It's trial and error as to which groups will yield the best results, okay, and get you the most followers or the most Facebook or the most leads responding to your posts. So if you have posted, you know, a number of times and tried a number of different posts in a certain specific group, and the posts have worked in other groups very well for you, and they don't work in that group, and there's not a whole lot of engagement generally anyway, then maybe that's not a great group for you, and you can leave that group and try a different group. So, but have different, like, you need to try and find different places online where you can post your freebies and your content, okay? Because posting to the same 50 people on your profile in your Facebook group, or, you know, in the same one other group or whatever free group, is not going to yield you great results, probably, okay? So if we go back to what I mentioned at the beginning, that you can expect to have a conversion rate of about 5 to 10% online, like initially, then, you know, if you have 50 people in your group, what are the odds that someone's going to actually buy from you, right? If it's the same pool of 50 people. So you might get one or two over time that will buy from you, but like, and then again, once they've bought from you once, is the product you're offering or the service you're offering, is it consumable? Is it something that they will be needing more of down the road and continue buying? Or is it something that is, you know, you sell it once and that's it, they won't need it again? Because that makes a difference too in how much, how many sales you can expect to make from your small group of, you know, 50 or whatever. So these are all things to think of. And like I said in the beginning, generally speaking, you want to do whatever possible that you can do in order to continuously attract people to you and continuously grow your group, okay? That same small group of 50 people or whatever is just not going to do it, okay? Especially not for the long term. So make a list of places where you'll post that content, post consistently, and pay attention to the results that you're getting from posting online. If it's not working in one group, find something someplace else and try again. Try a variety of different types of posts. Try long form posts. Try short posts. You know, if you find short posts work the best and just make them to the point, then do that. But yeah, you need to just continuously offer your freebie and attract people to you so that you can continuously nurture them and sell to them, okay? Now, the non-techie, so that's kind of the non-techie way to do it. So non-techie way would be, if people put up their hands, you can send them a DM, you can invite them to your group, and then, you know, have them make the offer to them inside your group. But if you don't have a group, or, you know, if you are just posting from your profile, you might want to take that conversation into your DMs. And so once you have identified, you know, they put up their hand, they want the freebie, you send them a message saying, you know, here's the link to the freebie, to download the freebie. Thanks for, you know, your interest, At that point, you can offer to, you can invite them to your group if you have one, or to follow you or whatever for more related content, or you can ask them questions about, you know, so if we keep with the same example of the recipes and the busy mom, that like, you know, what do you find is your biggest struggle as far as like cooking or whatever, right? Start the conversation with them in order to find out what their pain points are, what do they struggle with the most? And then if you have the solution, which is your low ticket offer that can help them, then that's when you would lead into that conversation, right? And say something like, I actually have something else that will help you even more. I've created da 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 da. So if you're interested in, in that, then let me know, because I can, you can, it's something that I'm offering for a limited time or for whatever. And then they'll tell you, oh, that would be great, whatever. And then you can just send them the link to your low ticket offer and say, like, this is what I am offering. Like, let me know if this sounds like something that would benefit you. If you have any questions, also let me know, whatever, right? And if they don't buy right away, which is very possible, then you need to, like I said, have a way to keep track of these people that you have initiated conversations with, that have shown interest in your freebie, in what you have to offer, and follow up with them. I think the last live that I did was talking about one of the tips in that live was following up. A lot of business owners don't follow up. They send their, their proposal, they send their invoice, they send a quote or whatever, their link to purchase to people and to prospects, and that's it. They don't follow up after that. People get busy. People lose conversations in their DMs. A lot of people are, messaging them. They're busy doing other things. Like, it's highly possible that people will just simply forget that you sent them anything to begin with, right? They might have intended to purchase, but if you don't follow up with them, then they just get lost in the sauce. So following up is also extremely important as well, okay? At least 2 or 3 times. You can, like, not to follow up and say, oh, I noticed you haven't bought my thing, like, what, what's up? But you can just say, like, reach out and say, just checking in, like, have you had a chance to go through those recipes? Have you tried any? Were they helpful for you? Or did you have any questions about my my offer that I sent you? Have you had a chance to go through it? Just something like low pressure like that to initiate that conversation again, right? And bring it back to the forefront of their mind. So if you do that 2, maybe 3 times, not like, every day, but let a few days go by, follow up with them. It needs to be recent, like in the recent enough future that they don't completely forget who you are and what your past conversation even was about. But long enough so that hopefully they've had the chance to open up your freebie and take a look at it and see, oh, wow, this is super helpful, or try a little bit of your tips or whatever it is that's in your freebie. And then, they'll be happy to hear back from you. And they might have questions. They might have just not known how to get in touch with you, or your message got lost, or whatever. So just keep it very casual follow-up, no pressure, just to reopen that conversation again, okay? And so that's the low-techy way, is in the DMs, or one low-techy way to do it. The sort of more techy way to do it is by offering the freebie through a sales page, or not a sales page, like an opt-in page. So very simple, like short page, where you have an image representing whatever your freebie is. So even if it's a digital product, you have an image that represents that digital product. And then to ask for their first name and their email address in order to get that freebie, okay? So that way you can start creating an email list for your business. Now, email lists are super important. You've also probably heard me talk about the importance of email lists if you've been in my group for any amount of time. So once you collect the email, then that allows you to nurture them through email continuously, okay? So, and then you can sort of nurture, and then offer them whatever your low ticket offer is, okay? And if they buy from you once, which I talked about in my last live as well, then they're so much more likely to purchase from you again, okay? If they buy from you once, they become a customer once, it's like 10 times easier to upsell them and to get them to buy something else from you at a later date, okay? So that's just, one of the important reasons to have an email list. And it's also easier to follow up too. So instead of having to have DM conversations with people individually, which takes a lot of time, you can just send out whatever the message is via email. You can ask them questions via email. They can respond to you. Those obviously who are interested, and you know that if they respond to you and answer your questions, they're going to be even higher on your list of potential likelihood to purchase from you, right? So then you can communicate to everyone in a much shorter amount of time, right? So that's another bonus for doing it the techie way and creating an email list for your business. So now, if you create an email list and you do it the techie way, then all of those leads are kept in your email autoresponder software, which is great. If you do it the other way, the non-techie way, honestly, I would still use a CRM to keep track of those leads, because they're going to get lost in your email inbox or in your inbox, in your Instagram inbox. You're going to lose track of these people and not follow up with them, and that is going to be so sad. So one that I recommend, a CRM that I recommend, that's a customer response management tool, or customer retention management, is HubSpot. They have a free CRM tool that you can use to keep track of your, oh, what is that? Something beeped, sorry. They have a free CRM tool that you can use online and keep track of all your prospects, your leads that way. You can label them as, being from Instagram or being from Facebook or being from TikTok or wherever it is that you initially got them as a lead, and kind of like where you're at in your conversation, so that just as a quick snapshot for you to see like who is closer to buying, kind of a thing, or what their status is for that, right? If they are just like a lead, a warm lead, or if they are a buyer already, they've purchased your low ticket offer, you can make a note of that. Like, it's just good to keep track of these things all in one place. And then, like I said, go through it once a week maybe and follow up with all those leads who have not purchased yet, okay? Yeah, so, I'm sure there's probably a million ways that you can attract leads online, both techie and non-techie, but those are just some ideas for you. My process is super techie. I have like actual full sales funnels in my business to attract leads and upsell them and so on, which is awesome for making sales as you're getting leads, which is another conversation. But if you are interested in creating your own lead generation system in your business, then let's talk. We should talk, because I can help you do that. I have two businesses and I have created lead generation systems for both. And I've gotten thousands of leads for both businesses. I have thousands of people on both my email lists, and they just make my life a whole lot easier. When you have a system in place in order to do that, it makes things easier. So if you are interested in creating a lead generation system for your business, if you have questions about that, if you need help creating like what your freebie offer would be, you have no idea what you might offer as a freebie or even a low ticket offer, then yeah, let me know. Comment me in the comments, and I will message you and we can talk about that further. And this works even if you are, if you have a blog. It works if you are in network marketing. There are other things that you can do and create in order to attract leads into your business. So it doesn't matter what your business is, essentially a product business, a service-based business. Any and every business needs to have some type of lead generation system to bring leads into the business. Okay, that's the first step in converting them into customers and making sales. So yeah, so let me know if you want to have a quick chat about that. And if you found this helpful, let me know as well so that I can also gear my future content to to whatever interests you and whatever you find most helpful. If you have questions about any of this, if you have, some other topics that you'd love to hear me cover next time, post them in the comments and let me know. Okay, so that's it. If you didn't catch the live, then go ahead and watch the replay and post your questions. I'll come back around later and answer any questions that people have. Okay? So I hope you found this helpful, and I will talk to you next time. Take care. Bye.